I think it's a really good idea to have online dating because everybody is used to using the internet and maybe used to dating sites. Let's use it to put companies in touch with schools, universities, and people who want to access digital skills. So for example, the dating site should say what volunteers are available. The volunteer should be able to go onto the site, say these are my skills, match me up with someone. A school should be able to look for the kinds of volunteers they want, have a discussion about it, make it personal, just like the first date in a bar, get to know each other, find out what's going to work, and then deliver it for real. Another important thing about a dating agency is that it can be an umbrella organisation. It can bring companies together so that schools and other people are not afraid that they're being sold to. This isn't about selling, it's about building up the skills of the entire countries. The companies have tremendous knowledge, technical knowledge, and the resources and the platforms, hardware and software, to deliver that training. But there's resistance if it comes from a single company. So let's put the companies together in an umbrella. They find each other on the dating site, and then that umbrella organization delivers the training. We've already heard of offers today to teach one teacher in every school in England programming. That's 5,000 teachers trained by a company at their expense. Let's make it possible for that kind of thing to happen. Another thing, we've heard so much about the small businesses want to engage with schools, but they find it hard. There are all kinds of laws to do with child protection, health and safety, things that small businesses don't know about. So let's, on the dating agency, give guidance to companies on the things they absolutely have to do to meet these legal requirements. Let's partner them up with a buddy from the dating agency who's been round the block before and knows what to do. That way we access very many more volunteers, many more companies to engage with schools. We make it easy. The tripwires are, everything's too bitty. It's not connected together. So you find a volunteer who'll talk to you, you find a university course you want to do, there's no continuity, there's no discussion. And the way you sort that is by using social media attached to the dating website. So you let people talk on themes. I'm applying to university to do brain surgery. What do I need to know about computing? And get the people to talk to each other on those named themes, like blogging. And make the themes searchable. That way the communities help themselves. So let's enable them using social media. Let's have a common university entrance requirement that requires every university student in Britain to have a minimum qualification in English and computing before they get to university. You need the English because everything's taught in English. You need the computing because once you've got those skills, you can go on and learn more from your teachers of English, French, archaeology, brain surgery, whatever it may be. If you haven't got the basic skills, the only people who can teach you are the computer science staff in the university, and they're overburdened. So let's up the skills for everyone by requiring you must have a GCSE or equivalent in computing and English. Well, that one, of course, and I would bring in something like the EITB, the Engineering Industry Board, whatever it was, that puts a levy. All right, the EITB used to exist in Britain. What it did was put a levy on all of the technology companies. They paid into it. If they provided apprenticeships, and typically it was done with throughout the 4 years of a university undergraduate course, you'd have placements every year working in the company. If they were providing that kind of training, they could take money out of the trust. If they didn't provide any training, it was simply they were paying in, but they're paying in to contribute to the skills. Some big companies like Marconi, trained up hundreds of people. It cost Marconi a lot of money. It reduced the productivity of their staff who were doing the training, but it was worthwhile because they had the pick of the apprentices, and the ones they didn't want, many hundreds, went out and worked for all the companies who couldn't afford to provide the training. It's a brilliant scheme, self-financing. It gets everyone engaged and gets university students and school students used to the idea that there are valuable careers in technology. Now, there is a sting in the tail of this story, and the sting in the tail is that this kind of scheme drove the brain drain in the 1960s. It created all those brilliant people who are brilliant scientists and know about business, and sadly they left the country. Let's try and keep them this time, but use that experience. Go back to the civil servants, find the retired ones, ask them how it worked, go to the big companies, find the retired CEOs, ask them how it worked. The skills are there, let's capture them before they're lost. I invented new mathematics that allows division by zero. It's tremendously controversial. Another British university proved it consistent using computers to check the proof. There are now 2 proofs developed in Brazil. It creates new ways of making computers. The mathematics has no exceptions. It works everywhere, including at singularities. So for the physicists, it lets them solve problems in the center of a black hole, and it does it using mathematics that a 15-year-old child can learn and understand. You really can go into a secondary school, teach the pupils how to do the arithmetic in half an hour, I've done it, and show them how that spins out into their physics lessons. The Brazilian mathematicians have extended the whole of calculus so that it works on division by zero. We've done Newton's laws. We're publishing all of this stuff. We're going out into group theory. We're changing the foundations of mathematics. It's enormously controversial and enormously good fun. There is a spin-off for computing, and the spin-off is that there is never an exception to an instruction. And that means that you can guarantee that a processor will do its work and pass it on. And now you can build a pipelined machine that executes an entire program in the same time that the standard computer executes one instruction. So it's enormously more powerful. It uses a subset of the programming people already use. So if you forget some stuff, suddenly you can do this. It's all made possible by the new mathematics. And there's a spin out to conventional computing. People are a little bit frightened of new stuff, so I can double the range of real numbers that are represented in floating point on your machine simply by using my arithmetic. So much is wasted if you don't know how to divide by zero. It's really simple, and Maggie, I could teach you in 10 minutes.